Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about episode 13 and episode 14 of Baddies West. These are the last two episodes, and then the reunion is going to air this Sunday. All right, guys, let me stop bumping my gums. Let me go ahead and get into this video. The episode starts off with Tommie still going off about her luggage. She heads outside to get into the Sprinter van. Then she says, "You motherfuckers will see us real life tonight." And that right there just let me know she was on some bullshit right there. I mean, I don't see how nobody else peeped that. All the girls gather in the living room, and Natalie lets the girls know that Krishan is going to be there. The girls ask her if her and Krishan have talked. Natalie says not really. Natalie thanks all the ladies for being there. Natalie says she doesn't know if Tommie is coming out with them tonight. Lowell laughs and says maybe that's why Tommie doesn't want to come out, because they're in Stunna City. So Natalie was having the whole little speech that she was doing. This is my city. This is Stunna City. Something. And Lo was like, maybe that's why she don't want to come out, because you keep saying this is Stunna City. But Lo was just talking shit. Like, she wasn't serious. She was just talking shit. And Biggie chimes in and says, ain't nobody scared just because this is somebody's city. And she just called like a whole attitude and just started going in for Tommie. Natalie asks Stunna if her and Tommie will be able to coexist tonight. Stunna says she'll be cool. Biggie chimes in and questions why they're making it seem like they can't be cordial. Sorry, y'all. I think that was a motorcycle. Stunna says that Biggie is speaking for Tommie and being a lapdog. And I agree with that. I do. Biggie says that she's not allowing anyone to speak on Tommie. All the ladies are visibly irritated. Rolly addresses Biggie and says that nobody can bring Tommie's name up because Biggie goes crazy. Rolly says that Biggie is not letting the issue with Stunna go. In her confessional, Rolly says she can't wait to see how down Biggie is for Tommie when stuff really pops off. And that's some real shit, though. When some shit really go down, Biggie, where you gonna be at? I'm just saying. Rolly and Stunna are talking about the situation with Biggie, and Stunna says that if the roles were reversed, Tommie wouldn't have stuck up for Biggie, and I agree. The ladies head to their hosting, and Biggie sat up front. In her confessional, she says Stunna's real name, which is Suzanne, and that had me cracking up. I'm sorry, that... You know, it's funny because I looked it up, like, when I first started watching the show. I was like, what is Stunna Girl's real name? Like, and then it did say Suzanne. I think Biggie is funny. I just personally don't care for Biggie. You know what I'm saying? She's funny, though. Biggie calls Tommie and tells her that Lo was questioning whether or not if she was coming because this is Stunna City. Biggie also tells Tommie that the girls were telling her that Tommie isn't her friend. Tommie responds and says, well, believe him, bitch. Before Tommie hangs up, she says, tell him I'm coming. The girls enter the club and Tommie is already there. In Natalie's confessional, she says that she sees Tommie throwing shade and keeping her distance from Stunna Girl. Tommie says that she told her crew to be chill. In Scotty's confessional, she says that she has her guard up because when they did Baddies West auditions in Oakland, they jumped her. In Tommie's confessional, she says that Stunna's friend was eyeballing her. In Stunna's confessional, she says that she was upset that they didn't allow her friends on stage. In Lo's confessional, she says that Tommie has a lot of people in her section and that she feels bad energy from Stunna's friends. Rolly starts to perform and the DJ equipment starts to mess up. Rolly says that she's tired of telling DJ Sky the same thing. And that gives me that maybe all season Rolly has been like, girl, why every time you do my set, the music messes up? I would get pissed off too. A fight breaks out again, child. Two different gangs from Sacramento were fighting. From what all the girls were saying, the energy was bad all night. Stunna says that she sees Tommie whispering in a dude's ear and she was sending dudes to stand by her. She says she was getting set up vibes, so she went outside. Krishan starts to perform and a fan throws a shoe at her and Blueface. Krishan says she felt bad vibes before she came. Another shoe was thrown at Krishan and she stops and asks who threw it. No one spoke up and Krishan throws the mic in the crowd. They show another fight and it breaks out into a brawl. Somebody maced the club. So it kept flashing between Krishan and Stunna, them, her performing and then Stunna being outside. And then next thing you know, a fight is happening. And the next thing you know, the club is maced. Everybody is coughing and now everybody has to evacuate. We see Stunna standing outside. Tommie comes out on someone's back. When the camera turns around, Stunna is being jumped When security pulls Stunna away, Tommie runs up and they start fighting. The episode ends. So my end notes for episode 13 is, I get why Biggie spoke up when Tommie's name was brought up, but she made it a way bigger issue. So my thing is, if your friend name is brought up in their absence and you want to defend them, okay, that's fine. But nobody really said anything super bad about Tommie to the point where you need to be so irate and you feel like you gotta check people when it just wasn't that deep. My thing that I don't like about Biggie is I feel like Biggie is a follower. And Biggie tried to cling to the popular people from the show. She tried to cling to Krishan. She tried to, not try, she did. She clinged to Tommie. She was talking about if anybody touched Natalie at the reunion, she was going to fight them. You're trying to cling to somebody whose name is a little bit bigger than yours. And I don't like that. I feel like if you're going to come on this platform, you need to be authentically you, and then you build your fan base around that. You don't need to go click up with people that's already popular and hope that their fan base messes with you. That's not how that works. When you're on reality TV, your best bet is being authentic. There's a reason why it's called reality. So you have to be authentic. You cannot go click up and follow behind the people that's popular, because people are going to peep that shit. People can peep a follower. They can peep a ass kisser. They can peep a punk. They can peep all that shit from afar. Majority of the ladies said that they felt the bad vibes in the club. Everybody should have listened to their intuition. So Krishan said she felt the bad vibe before she performed. Lo said she felt the bad vibes. Stunna said she felt the bad vibes. Rolly said she felt the bad vibes from just being in Oakland, period. Natalie was like, well, we need to leave at an earlier time. Everybody felt bad vibes, and this is why I say you have to really listen to your intuition. Even though I know y'all had to make the bag that night, you feel me? Shit could have really went haywire, and then nobody would have known what to do. It was one situation that happened to me like 2 years ago, and I said, ever since that moment, I listened to my intuition now, because I had 4 signs that day to not go, and I found myself in a very fucked up situation. A situation that I felt guilty for, and I felt like was my fault when I didn't have nothing to do with it. I agree with Stunna when she said if the roles were reversed, Tommie wouldn't have stuck up for Biggie. When it comes to the Stunna versus Tommie fight, I feel like they both low-key plotted on each other. I feel like they both was on go, but Tommie's crew just so happened to pop off first. Allegedly what happened, that Biggie set this up and tried to recruit girls from the auditions to come and fight Stunna. So it couldn't necessarily have been Tommie's crew. Tommie could not have plotted that. I'm not saying that, but they both was on go with each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both know what kind of women y'all are. So y'all both was on go with each other. It just so happened that Tommie's crew was the one that popped off first. I didn't write this down, but this is something too. Like as far as like when Tommie was like, believe him, bitch. Now, y'all know me. I always say the 2 sides of the story that it could possibly be, and then I'm going to say my opinion. In Tommie's defense, don't get on the phone telling me what everybody else said. Don't get on the phone talking about what they said, that you not my friend and all that. Well, believe them then. Because it sounds like to me you're kind of believing it. So I get where she was coming from on that part. But Biggie's part was, Biggie didn't even say it in a way of like questioning Tommie though. Biggie literally was just saying, they're trying to say that you're not my real friend. And Biggie was trying to tell Tommie what she said back. My thing with that is, that just show you how she really is, Biggie. And that's why I just wouldn't fuck with Tommie, because the bitch flipped her switch too much for me. And I don't have time for people like that. Yeah, no. Okay, guys, on to episode 12. The episode starts off with the rest of Tommie and Stunna's fight. Tommie and Stunna's crew was fighting as well. They removed Stunna from the fight. Then they walked Tommie outside to her Sprinter van. In Stunna's confessional, she says that Tommie has been jumping her all season, which is accurate, because the first fight that they got into, not the first fight, when they got into that, when Stunna fought Rolly jumped in. And then whole time, Tommie, from what I've seen, Tommie had somebody with her during that fight, and they jumped Stunna in that fight too. So Stunna began jumping all season. Gunshots start going off, and allegedly it was Stunna's boyfriend. Tommie and Stunna are talking about the show, and it was basically a farewell confessional. Tommie's confessional was all over the damn place. She was going on and on about her identity. Girl, some shit that don't nobody know what the fuck she talking about. Because what are you talking about? Rolly gets on the bus and she collapses. She had a panic attack and an asthma attack. Scotty calmed her down. I was cracking up at Razor just sitting in the back of the bus. Razor was sitting back there just chilling. She said, y'all done called me a drunk bitch all season. Said I was loud. Said I was crazy. I'ma just sit the fuck back now. Rolly goes to lay down in her bed. When she got to her bed, she sees Stunna's friend. And she asked her to move. And Stunna's friend didn't. And Rolly dragged her out of the bed, child. Rolly went from having a panic attack to dragging a bitch out the bed. If I just simply ask you to move out the bed, just move. It's like 3 other bunk beds in here, baby. This is my specific one that I always lay in. And honestly, you're not even a part of this cast, so you shouldn't even be on this bus, if we being real. You should have caught a ride with your friend. They finally stopped the bus to let Stunna's friend off. I loved when Kat jumped up and said, let's go, because they were trying to sit and wait for Uber. Zeus was putting their cast in danger, in my opinion. And like I always say, you never want to be no sitting duck. Like the situation that happened to me, I was a sitting duck. And you never, ever, ever, ever do that. It's as much as you can help it. You don't never become no motherfucking sitting duck. You don't stay in that same spot, but you rotate. I don't know where, I don't know how, but you rotate. After they're hosting at level 13, Natalie calls the show off, which is understandable. 2 weeks later, Natalie, Rolly, Lo, and Scotty go on vacation in St. Croix. And Rolly says they shouldn't have went back to Oakland. She also says that the girls this season was too hood and not business-minded. She told Natalie that most of the girls shouldn't come back, and I agree. Natalie, Scotty, and Rolly make a pact to not fight each other anymore. The rest of the episode was the ladies having fun in St. Croix. I skipped past. They was just enjoying themselves, and it wasn't, I think they went to Carnival. The Carnival, I don't know if it's called Carnival or if it's called the Carnival, but it's part of their culture, and they, it seemed like they have fun. I did like the farewell confessionals that the ladies did. I didn't really care for Tommie's farewell confessional because she was going on and on about nothing. Zeus needs to practice better security measures. Their cast was in danger, and I feel like they could have handled it better afterwards. After Amber allegedly got hit by ballistic, Stunna constantly getting jumped, crowds fighting, throwing shoes at their cast, etc. It seems like they'll let somebody die on their watch. And I honestly feel that way. And I don't want to speak it into existence because you have to be careful what you say. Your cast should be more secured. People that come to your events should be more secured. It's just like y'all security sucks. And I'm not even going to blame security completely. I'm talking about Zeus, period. Like, y'all have to be able to protect your cast and make sure that y'all are following all the safety measures. Y'all stopping the bus in the middle of nowhere to drop this girl off. If y'all don't keep this motherfucking bus moving. Rolly had a good point when she said the cast wasn't a good fit. I agree with everything Rolly said to Natalie about the cast. I really do agree with it. Nobody was really business-minded this season. And the cast, it made a good show. Like, Baddies West is my favorite out of the whole Baddies one so far. Because we don't know what Baddies East is going to be hitting on. But Baddies West is my favorite one so far. But this cast, it just, nah. I feel like a lot of stuff went too far. And I just kind of miss the sisterhood element of, like, reality TV. Like, the reality TV shows now, it just don't feel like sisterhood. Like, I kind of want to see y'all kiss and make up after something happened. It goes too deep now, and that takes away the fun of it. Like, I love me a good drama show. I love me a good drama, honey, okay? I do. But I don't like when it goes too far. You see what I'm saying? The Stunna versus Tommie situation, it went too far because it's just not that deep. Hopefully the cast for Baddies East is a little bit more sisterhoody. And I said sisterhoody. Sisterhoodly, stuff like that. Hopefully we get to see them go on vacation. Hopefully there's a real storyline besides just fighting. Stuff like that. Like, stuff like that would be nice to see. You know, I like me a drama. I like drama, and I like me a good little fight. I like a little rumble jumble. But you know, sisterhood. Where's the sisterhood? You know, and I do like how Rolly and Scotty and Natalie made that pact to not fight each other. Like the next show that y'all do, that's gonna be y'all third season on it. I'm glad they made a pact to not fight each other, because that shit, y'all need to be doing that. All right, thank you for watching this video, guys. I'm so sorry if I sound sleepy or just like super out of it. I'm so tired. I had work today and I came right home and filmed this video. Also too, I created a Cash App. If you would like to donate to my channel, if you feel it on your heart, if you feel it in your spirit, okay? My Cash App is Milo Irene. I have the same profile picture that's on my YouTube. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, bitch.